Coming down the home stretch of the Marblelympics, the teams come together for the team pursuit. Savage Speeders and Team Galactic going on this oval track a little bit removed from the velodrome. And it is a team event, as we said, so all four marbles have to stay in lockstep. If they get separated by too much, they risk disqualification. It's Savage Speeders doing a pretty good lead for a little while, but now it's slowly starting to come back to Team Galactic. They have about a half a second lead now, and that is growing. Team Galactic, but they are separating a little bit as they come to the bottom of the course, and they will win. Savage Speeders losing out in that first round, a team that won the last sprint event, the 10-meter sprint, and lead the overall standings right now with 3 gold medals to their credit. Oceanics and Team Primary. Primary nearest to you, and on the right going through that circular starting position. Now we begin to see the stagger between them as they go past that center line. You can kind of tell which one is leading, and it's Oceanics right now, with a pretty good lead, I might add as well. Several lengths coming to them. Oceanics, they have not won at this point. People wondered if they would be tipped to win the aquatic event, but unfortunately a disappointing finish. But that will be slightly avenged here. Oceanics now moving on. Pinkies and Rojo Rollers coming down the starting blocks. Rojo Rollers have done a pretty good job so far in these Marblelympics. They won the first event all the way back at the start of this in balancing, and since then they have sat in third in the title race overall. They had a narrow lead for the first few passes. Now they begin to fall a little bit behind, although they're fairly even. I would give this thus far to Pinkies, with only a few turns and laps left to go. And it will be Pinkies. Rojo Rollers eliminated, and boy, Pinkies would love that. They're sitting in 14th in the standings. Mellow Yellow versus the Orangers. Both of these have pretty good fan bases, I might add as well, but look at the separation already beginning in the Orangers as they pass toward the bottom of the track in front of you right now. They are getting a little bit strung out. They're going to have to be very careful. If you get too far, I believe it's 4 lengths thereabouts, you risk elimination. Pretty close, this battle between the two of them. And ooh, let's see here. Video analysis due to close finish. Let's see here. Ah, looks like the Orangers. Yes, they have. That first marble there has about a length, and they will move on. Now Thunderbolts and Snowballs. Snowballs with a very early lead, and that immediately swings right back as they work their way down through these tracks. Snowballs, by the way, have had a pretty good finish thus far, but they really don't have the gold medals to show for it. They have just 1 bronze to their credit, and they sit down in 12th in the standings. And will they be eliminated here? I think they are just barely behind. If these last passes are anything to go by, we're going to have to go to video evidence, and they will not come ahead. It's Thunderbolts eliminating Snowballs. Now we move on. Cobalts and Jaw Breakers. Jaw Breakers nearest to you in this picture, and they're off. Jaw Breakers with a very narrow lead, immediately evening back out. Cobalts trying to make a good solid charge here. They're sitting down in 10th in the standings, and they could use a good finish themselves, but I don't know if that is to be right now. Jawbreakers currently in 7th overall in these Marblelympics with just 1 pass to go. Can they improve? They have 2 silvers to their credit, and they will move on. Limers and Chocolatiers. Chocolatiers got a 2nd place finish in the 10-meter that we just had a little while ago. And we'll see if they can maintain this lead that they have right now. It seems to be a couple of lengths ahead with just a few more laps to go. It's a very twisty course. All of these marbles in this race especially are keeping very tight formation, just a slight gap between the 2nd and the 3rd marble, but Chocolatiers has enough to move on. Balls of Chaos and Team Momo now. Balls of Chaos had a good 3rd place finish, coming in with a bronze medal in the 10-meter dash. Otherwise, that's just about it for them. They sit down in 13th in the standings with just that bronze to their credit. And again, they would love a good finish, but that last marble is starting to get a little bit strung out for them. But look at the difference here. Look at the speed difference between these two. It's not even close. Balls of Chaos are going to come across way ahead. So we move on to the quarterfinals now. Just 8 marbles remaining for their teams. The teams of 4 in this team pursuit. Lining up in the blocks now, it's Oceanics and Team Galactic. Galactic starting on the near track, falling behind fairly early. They make a good turn that time by, but they're going to have their work cut out for them. Team Galactic rapidly falling behind. Now, when the team begins to catch up to you on the same side of the track, you know that your speed is really fallen off. I don't know that they're going to get lapped by the end of this, but they definitely will not be moving on to the semifinals. Oceanics easily eliminates Team Galactic. Now the O'Rangers on the near track, Pinkies on the far. O'Rangers out to an early lead. They were getting separated in their first run. We'll see if they can work together a little bit better this time. Ooh, and they're not. That lead marble really stretching things out. Now remember, they only have about 4 lengths to work with before the stewards may step in and eliminate them. And the O'Rangers sitting in 6th in the standings with just 1 gold medal to their credit. Coming down the home stretch in these Marblelympics, they cannot afford elimination or disqualification, but they patch it back together and eliminate and move on to the semifinals. Jaw Breakers and Thunderbolts now. Thunderbolts coming off to an early lead. Just about 2 marbles or so, the lead that they have right now. Thunderbolts sitting in 2nd, 4 points adrift of the Savage Speeders, who were eliminated in the first round. So they have the potential really to gain some ground late in the Marblelympics with a gold medal here. They have 3 medals to their credit, 1 of each color, and they will be moving on this time, knocking out the Jawbreakers. Chocolatiers and Balls of Chaos now. Chocolatiers really keeping lockstep with each other, nose to tail, and then coming out of that second revolution, they begin to string out ever so slightly. A gap between the first 2 marbles and the last 2. We'll see if they can keep that together, but look at the speed that they have compared to the chasing marbles. I don't think that this will be close. Just a couple more turns to go. Chocolatiers have been eliminated. They were about a half a lap behind the Balls of Chaos. Now semifinals, Oceanics and O'Rangers. It's the O marbles coming in the first of the 2 semifinals. Oceanics near to the camera, immediately getting strung out right out of the gate, but then they group back together. You have to know how to react, especially if you're 2nd and 3rd marble, to try to keep in time with everybody else. And they are very quick. Look at the speed that they're gaining on them right now. The O'Rangers really need to pick up the speed, and I just don't think it's going to happen. O'Rangers on that far track now at the near side with a couple of laps to go, and they will finish well behind the Oceanics, who move on to the gold medal match. Balls of Chaos and Thunderbolts now. Both very quick right now. Balls of Chaos on the far track, now the near. They seem to have a slight lead. Can Balls of Chaos keep that? I believe it is widening with each and every turn. So far, everybody has also done a good job of keeping themselves together, except the O'Rangers in that first race for them. But otherwise, look at Balls of Chaos here, already down into the final loop. 1 turn to go, and now out of the chute, Balls of Chaos will be moving on to the final. Now, the winner of this bronze medal match obviously wins the bronze medal. Thunderbolts and O'Rangers. 1 race to decide who gets on the final step of the podium. It's O'Rangers on the near side. They come out of the gate. We'll see how well they can keep together. Thunderbolts now down onto the bottom. Getting out an early lead. O'Rangers really need to pick up the speed. It seems like every one of their races so far, they've just lost a little bit of speed, especially down here in the bottom part of the course. Look at them being caught. Now they occupy the same stretch of track on the same side as well. And they're not going to do it. Thunderbolts gets the bronze. And valuable points to try to make up ground on the Savage Speeders. Now for the gold. Oceanics and Balls of Chaos. Oceanics on the far track, Balls of Chaos on the near. Very, very neck and neck. The Oceanics and Balls of Chaos now through 2, 3 revolutions of the track. Balls of Chaos spreading out ever so slightly. Oceanics keeping really tight together, almost as one blur as they work their way down here toward the bottom. This is all for the gold medal. Who will pick up the points? Who will pick up the hardware? Balls of Chaos, can they do it? 1 turn to go for each of them. And this is going to be really close. Let's see here. And it's going to be Oceanics winning the gold medal. Balls of Chaos getting the silver. Boy, Oceanics coming from 16th place in the Marblelympic standings, picking up 10 valuable points in front of Balls of Chaos and Thunderbolts. Everybody else getting points based on their time. And look at this now. Thunderbolts have overtaken the Savage Speeders by 1 point. 0 points for the former leaders. And it's Thunderbolts going to stand on the top of the podium. Congratulations to everyone in this team pursuit final of the Marblelympics. Be sure to subscribe to this channel for more.